This Iranian man went out to work, and when he returned home a few months later, he actually brought back a young and beautiful second wife. The first wife was furious at the time, and she had a heated argument with her husband. To her surprise, the husband defended the second wife with this new love interest. He seemed to have forgotten about his old love. The first wife, full of anger, left home with her 3 children. What will her life be like from now on? Can't she and her children survive in such harsh living conditions? Hello, everyone, welcome to Follow Me. This video will explain a family dispute involving a husband and 2 wives in Iran. A hardworking Iranian woman is currently cooking at home. She has 3 children eagerly waiting for their meal. This young woman, whose name is Mina, has a husband who has been working away from home for several months and hasn't returned once. Mina has been tirelessly supporting this family. She initially thought her husband would appreciate her sacrifices, but she had no idea what would happen next. Right now, she's diligently preparing a meal for her children. The lunch she's preparing today is quite abundant, and the kids can enjoy a hearty meal. Mina's home appears quite luxurious, with high walls made of stone surrounding it to shield against the strong winds. In the context of Iranian nomadic families, such a house could be considered a villa. Mina built all of this with her own hands because her husband has been away working, and she manages all the household affairs. Mina's lunch is almost ready, and her daughter excitedly ran outside because her father has returned. The young children all rushed out to greet him, as they haven't seen their father for a long time, and they are all very happy. However, what took Mina by surprise is that her husband had brought along a young woman with him. This woman seemed a bit shy, but was standing at the door with a smile. The husband didn't say a word to Mina and was affectionate with their young son. Mina felt that something was off and loudly demanded to know who this woman was. What devastated Mina was that her husband had actually brought a second wife with him. He had met this woman while working away from home. He thought that the wives could live harmoniously, but Mina's reaction was much more intense than he had expected. The irate husband defended his new wife and scolded Mina. In Iran, having multiple wives is legal, and theoretically, a man can marry multiple wives. Due to years of conflict, there are more women than men in Iran, and many women cannot find husbands. They hope to find a man to rely on, even if it means becoming a second wife for someone else. However, Mina clearly refused to accept this reality. She had poured her heart into this family, given birth to 3 children, and every stone in her house was stabbed by her own hands. She had no intention of sharing the fruits of her labor with a second woman. The husband's reaction completely shattered Mina's heart, and she didn't want to stay in this heartbreaking home for another moment. In Iran, women have no status, and even if the fault lies with the husband, the home still belongs to the man. Even though Mina was furious, she didn't dare to drive her husband and the woman in front of her away. She only thought about leaving this house as soon as possible. It's the 3rd day since Mina left her cold and unappreciative husband with her children. The sun still rises on time, and Mina has been busy all morning. Their new home is only half done, and today's task is to complete the remaining part. Mina collects the bamboo mats. She set up the day before as a temporary shield. She lays the mats on the roof to not only prevent falling rocks, but also maintain ventilation and light. Some might wonder, what if it rains with such a bamboo mat roof? In reality, this concern is unnecessary since Iran is extremely arid, receiving minimal rain throughout the year. In the rare instance of rain, they can use spare canvas for protection or seek shelter in nearby caves. The mountains are filled with them. Mina continues to enclose the sides of the house with bamboo mats, mainly to block falling mountain rocks. The older children, despite being only 6 or 7, have already started to help their mother, doing whatever they can. Mina plans to build the front of the house with wooden planks, giving it a more formal appearance. And she's even left space for a window to make the house feel warmer and more welcoming. Mina, who's got a knack for building, is constantly accompanied by her little son, who always likes to stick with her. During brief breaks, Mina can't help but recall the hurt her husband has caused her. She wonders why her husband could be so discontent to bring home a second wife. Sharing the fruits of her hard work, Mina is a traditional Iranian woman, but much braver than most. Most women have accepted the religious norms of Iran and have never considered rebelling. However, Mina would rather lose her husband than share his love with another woman. To her, love should be exclusive, not to be shared. With her youngest son slowly falling asleep, Mina can concentrate on finishing the remaining work. She installs a door for the house. Even a simple house should lack proper structure. The children, learning from their mother, play around with nails and discarded pieces of wood. Mina, satisfied, looks at her newly built house, believing every drop of sweat is worthwhile. Raising children alone is indeed hard, especially when they're this young. Mina has to spend a lot of energy caring for them and can only work in her free time. Luckily, her 3 children are very sensible. Mina believes that with her efforts, she can surely give her children a happy life. The lively children play until they're all covered in mud. Mina, using the precious water resource, carefully cleans them. In these mountains, water is extremely scarce. Even washing hands seems like a luxury. Mina pours a bit of clean water for the children to wash their hands and faces. In a blink, it's time for the family to have lunch again. Because of her busyness, Mina still has no time to cook today. So, the family continues to appease their hunger with dry food. They all hope that such tough times will pass soon. She has never regretted leaving her pleasure-seeking husband. Mina's life is moving in a better direction. She looks forward to buying lambs and starting to raise sheep. She firmly believes that once she has a flock, the family will no longer have to worry about their livelihood.